Okay fellas, this is beer review time. It's Rogersons brown porter at 4% ABV. Let's have a look at this. First of all, this is by a guy called Michael Jackson. Obviously not the pop star. This is late Michael Jackson, the beer expert, and it's a special piece in my heart because this was my late father-in-law's who introduced me to craft beers, the like. I used to drink just lagers, and then introduced me to the wonderful flavours, the aromas, the mouthfeel of real ales, this and that. Also like craft lagers as well as the mainstream pales, anything like that. So it's a bit of it's a cracking book, and it's I think the first edition was 1993. This is a reprint of the 94, and just a couple of small inserts on porters if you bear with me. Let's go through things. Okay. Porters and stouts are very dark brews, almost black, with a highly toasted or roasted taste. The malts used sometimes raw barley are kilned to a darkness resembling that of almost burnt toast or roasted, like cocoa beans or coffee. They were originally London styles and later became strongly associated with Ireland. The classic examples are made with top fermenting types of yeast to the ales. To roasted malty flavours, an ale will add fruitiness. Porter was originally a dominant term, although early description stout was used colloquially from the earliest days. In the heyday of porter, a single brewer would make several gravities and strengths of fuller-bodied, stouter examples, seem gradually to have become a style in their own right. Today, if a brewery uses both designations to describe different beers, its porter will always be lighter in body, although not necessarily lower in strength than its stout. Insofar as this happens, it's usually in English-speaking countries. Elsewhere in the world, the term porter is more widely used, and the designation stout seen less often. Okay, so there's one little bit there. It's by a guy called Flann O'Brien, 1939. When things go wrong and will not come right, though you do your best you can, when life looks black as the hour of night, a pint of plain is your only man. Quite a nice one, that. Okay, little anecdote here. In the British Isles, porter became to mean a roasty, black, top fermented brew that was lighter body counterpart to stout. Porter went through a period of decline, vanished altogether from its native islands, then returned to become a style newly fashionable among lovers of flavourful beers. New generation porters are also being widely produced in North America. Okay, so that's a bit. One thing I've come to appreciate was a porter and a stout very, very similar, and I say a porter is very slightly lighter, more sessionable than a stout, invariably lower in alcohol as well. So this is the homebrew beer book. This is from the Bible. And this recipe is from page 169, the brown porter. I've noticed the grain bill is very slightly different, and I think Ant's tried to produce a beer that's more sessionable, lower in strength. So we'll just go through the two and then we'll crack it open and have a look. Okay, grain bill. Ant's has to use 3.75 kilograms of Marisotto. Recipe calls for 4 kilograms. So we're going to bring the ABV down because you haven't got many fermentables. 340 grams of crystal malt 60. In the recipe actually that's for 350 grams of dark crystal malt. Let's use 200 grams of chocolate malt. Recipe again, same 200 grams. And let's use 300 grams of brown malt which is the same as the recipe. Only difference is ounce use Styrian golden hops at 60 minutes, where the original recipe is first gold and is used 15 grams of East Cape Goldings at 10 minutes. The recipe is first gold at 10 minutes, 15 grams. They're very, very similar. Big difference I can see is the recipe in the book is a Y yeast 1028 London ale, and Ant's actually used the Mangrove Jack's Burton ale, which I've tasted in one of his last brews, which is a really nice drink. So let's crack it open. This is the last of the season 3 Ant sent me, so let's have a look and see how we go. It's been in the fridge a couple of days, but I have actually taken it out an hour before. We don't want it too cold for this kind of style of beer, so let's have a pour of look. Carbonation looks good straight away. Almost, I would say the colour, from what I can see at the moment, is in between a stout and a bitter. Let's stop it there. Up to the light. And you can't see this, it's almost like a red ale type of tinge. Very, very clear. Perhaps can't see my glue mug through there. Obviously not as dark as a stout. Very, very similar. Good finger ahead space. Looking beer, carbonation there, bubbles coming up through, streaming through. Not overly carb, which you don't want for the darker style of beers in my opinion. So that chocolate's coming through straight away. Brown malts. There's not a lot of hop aroma coming through on that, but I think these darker beers, the grains overpower the hops in my opinion. Yeah, it's looking good. Nice lace in there. So the proof of the pudding is in the tasting. This actually works out at 4% ounce, and we'll have a look at the recipe there is 4.9%. So it's I think Ant's done a bit tried to work at a beer that's more sessionable without any loss of flavour. So let's see if it's succeeded. A little bit of sweetness there. Nice aftertaste. It's not coarse like a lot of stouts. It's very, very smooth. Them chocolate malts coming through straight away, and it's amazing. Something like 300 grams, something like that in your recipe can actually bring through the flavours opposed to the pale malts, which is it's almost like 4 to 5 kilograms. To treacle in that. Caramel, losing head a bit there. Bit of a swirl lacings there, and the head actually coming back with the thing. So I'll tell you what, that is. We keep saying this, but it might be sounding a bit boring, but Ant's beers have improved. This is season 3 he's sent me, and they've gotten better and better. Firstly, you can't see through there, but it's lovely clear. That it looks like almost like a red ale. I'll come to the light there. It's great beer that. I'm not sure it's quite there the Rogersons-brown ale in my opinion, which I really liked. It was very, very a lot of strong hops on the nose. I really like that one. I've done that on myself. But that to me is so much more sessionable. The carbonation is staying there, bubbles are streaming through. I'm not sure you can take them up on that. But to me, sessionable, flavoursome, and there's one thing Ant has shown me with quite a few of his beers, and I've made a mistake in the past, where it is bigger is always better, and in the realms of ABV. It's not so sure now because that's 4%. I mean, it's one you could have 7 or 8 in one night and not have too much trouble standing up. So it's can be flavoursome, can be tasty, can have the aroma and not too much alcohol. And that really is a cracking beer, that. And I keep saying this, but that is one I would do again. I can't think exactly which ones. Also, I would do the Rogersons-brown, which I have done. I would do the Camden Cube cracking beer and the Amarillo single hop. The other ones I'm not so sure I would do them again. The Yorkshire bitter was okay, nothing mind blowing, but this is, that's something I really like, that. Yeah, I really like that one. I may do an overview of the beers Ant sent me. It's difficult off the top of my head to go back and see exactly what it was. Camden Cube was my favourite, followed by, I would say, the Rogersons-brown ale and the Amarillo hop, but I would say that's in the top 4, that's all. Cheers Ant, thanks for sending that one.